Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 5th through the 11th. This is a general forecast, guys. So some of it may resonate, a lot of it may resonate, none of it may resonate. It just depends. No need to get angry. They are general readings. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. And we're using a brand new mermaid deck here that has really cool little rainbow edges. I didn't know about this deck until a couple of days ago, and then I was like, I have to have it. And now I'm sharing it with you. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then after we look at these cards, I'm going to pull a spirit message, a homework message for you from a different deck. So stay tuned for that as well. All right, Taurus. So your Monday, Tuesday is curiosity. So this is like, you know, the world is your oyster kind of vibe here. You're really kind of looking into things that entice you or intrigue you. I feel this curiosity, even though some of you might be kind of, you know, dabbling in a new interest or researching something that's of interest to you, you're going to find it actually is going to start to become plans where you're planning for things. Like you might be researching or you might be curious about a country, and before long you're planning a visit or a trip. You might even thinking about moving there at some point, or some little hobby or interest that's going to become like a something, a labor of love or something along the way. So I feel that there's a feeling or a sense, Taurus, with this card of like also branching out, going on into new endeavors, trying new things, you know, that whole expression here, like the world is your oyster. I feel that a lot of you, Taurus, are breaking out of limiting beliefs, and you're seeing a lot more things are possible for you that maybe before you didn't believe in. I do feel some of you are also becoming much more curious about spiritual things. So you might be delving into like spirituality, or religion or meditation, or just something where you're trying to connect with the higher self or finding your zen. I really feel though, Taurus, that a lot of you are very interested and very desiring something new, wanting to come into something new, a new energy, just the change of pace, like bringing in excitement into your life. I feel like a lot of you, Taurus, are ready for some excitement. Your Wednesday, Thursday card is choices. So you're going to be having to make some decisions here midweek, okay? And so this is interesting because when this card came up for another sign, and it's really interesting, Taurus, because I have to say something. I was recording your reading and my phone overheated and I lost the reading, so I had to start all over again. So I reshuffled and this card came up for you. So it's coming up again. So this is a definite like a sign for you. I'm telling you, this is really going to be happening for a lot of you, Taurus, because this is the second time I'm doing your reading and the second time this card is coming up. You have choices, okay? This card came up for one of the other signs, and for them I had a different vibe for it. For them it felt to me like the waters were parting, or like, you know, these things were parting out of the way, and it was like a path was being cleared and they were moving forward. But for you guys, I got a different vibe. You see how we have these little mermaids here darting away, like kind of being a little bit elusive. Like we've got this one here in this corner and that one there. So it made me feel like there might be a decision you're trying to make about whether or not you're wanting to go after someone or something. Like when I flipped the card over and I saw it, I heard chasing tail. So for some of you, it could be a matter of chasing tail, whether it's romantic or sexual, or if it's something else, some other kind of elusive thing in your life, or something that seems to be ahead, but it's going to take a little bit of effort, whether it's a move or a career change or investment or whatever it might be. I feel like a lot of you are trying to make a decision about if someone or something is worth the trouble of going after it. But at the same time, I feel like you feel very enticed or very intrigued. So maybe in the beginning of the week, you're curious or looking into things and something is catching your eye and you're like, I wasn't planning on doing that, or I wasn't like looking for that, but like, well, maybe I will, you know? So you're having some choices or decisions to make about what you're going to prioritize, what you're going to put in, like, you know, first place in your life right now, what you're going to go after, what you're going to make happen. Some of you are having to decide between more than one person. Now, those of you who watch my readings, You know I don't like to focus on love and romance too much in the weekly forecasts. I like to keep the weekly forecasts about you, because sometimes people get so busy chasing love that they forget about the rest of their life, and that's why I do the love readings separate on the channel. And the link to the love videos is in the description of the video. If you want like more love info for Taurus for August, you can definitely check that out after this if you would like. But for some of you, I am getting an element of having to make a decision between people. And for some of you, it's like you're trying to figure out what you're going to sacrifice for something else in your life, for some other place in your life. Some of you might be tempted to walk away from something you've invested a lot of time or energy or effort in, or make some kind of a change. So you're going to have some decisions to make midweek, Taurus. You're going to have to really look at, like, you know, what is looking the best to you, what you feel the drawn to the most. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Taurus, is magic, right? So it seems like you guys just want some excitement right now. It's not too surprising, because Taurus, you all are generally very grounded, right? Like very logical, very grounded, very practical, I should say. You guys are very practical. That's the word I was looking for. You know, you're an earth sign. You like home. You like comfort. You like stability. But we just had that new moon in Leo last week, and that woke up a lot of passions in people. So you might be still feeling that energy. You might really be in that, like, wanting passion, wanting excitement, you know, being curious about the world, being curious about what some of the possibilities are for you ahead. And you're wanting a sense of playfulness. You're wanting to kind of break up some of that practicality and you know, connect with things that are unseen, whether it be imagination, or inspiration, or music, or the arts, or, you know, spirituality or meditation. Like, you're wanting to feel something bigger, something outside of yourself, something cosmic. So a lot of you are gravitating towards that energy. A lot of you are gravitating towards, you know, being able to manifest that. Some of you are even trying to learn how to connect spiritually. Like, you might even be looking at workshops or classes or things of that nature. You're really wanting that sense of mysticism in your life, for some of you, that sense of magic in your life, and you're beginning to delve into it, to dive into it. We're going to go ahead and check out your spirit message for the week, or your spirit homework. And we're using another mermaid deck here, an OG one. And see what's kind of coming up for you. So we have friendship. Make a date for a play day with one or more friends. Sorry, the timer on the bottom of the screen was blocking the words. So this is time to get out, to have a sense of playfulness. Okay, that's the energy you're coming into this week. It's going to be important for you to have association, to connect with others, to have some fun times. And I have to say, this is very interesting because, Taurus, like I said, the first time I did your reading, the phone overheated and I had to start over again. And you got one of the cards that was the same. The other cards were different, but they all kind of said the same thing. So your message, I have to tell you, seems to be very clear. This is going to be a week for you to just kind of connect with the lighter side of life. You know, kind of really get clear on what your desires are, what your passions are, what your hopes are, and to let people in and to have a sense of association and a sense of playfulness here coming in for you. It's going to be important to let people in, and I'll tell you why, Taurus. You're on the verge of manifesting, you know, like love and money and all of those good things. And we can't do that if the heart is not open. Okay, so for you guys, the way that it's going to help you to open up your heart this week is through playing, through friendship. Some of you are like, I don't have a friend in the world. That does happen. That does happen, especially when we're around people that maybe we don't resonate with, or, you know, like they're not on the same, you know, vibe as us. And that does happen. But if you can do something to connect with something that's playful for you, that's going to put you on the path of meeting the right people, okay? So whatever is playful for you, that could be, you know, you know, for some of you, something like, you know, going to a museum, or, you know, joining a book club, or, you know, volunteering, or being around animals, or doing something, some form of activism, you know, playful in the sense of something that's going to like break up the everyday normal stuff and feel fun or fulfilling to you in some way. Okay. For some of you, this may be a good time to even connect and do some inner child work if you're in that level of where you simply don't have any friends at all, because this is going to bring in healing to help manifest those friends. But overall, you want to try to be in this playful energy this week, to bring that light-hearted energy, to open up the heart so that you can receive the things that are trying to come in for you, because it seems that the universe is trying to bring you some options, right? Give you some choices, because there's some big changes coming up ahead, which are meant to bring you happiness and fulfillment. Check out your moon sign and rising sign video as well. It might bring a few more extra pieces to the puzzle for you here. It might give you a little bit more information. It might make it a little bit more clear. It might resonate with you more than your sun sign did. Sometimes that happens. And again, guys, you might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, it will take you to the scheduling page. And I've like relisted the pricing and stuff, so the pricing hopefully should be more clear. I thank you so very much, guys, for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I am wishing you a fabulous week.